This is David Hilgendorf with part 2 of a virtual Grand Canyon backcountry trip. This December, when I went, between December 26th and December 31st, is the coldest part of the year in the canyon, and frozen pools are common to see wherever there is standing water. Occasionally frost can be seen on the grass, though this year my tent didn't frost over. The difference in temperature between the rim, lows get into the single digits, and the river, with highs of around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, are extreme. To have safe drinking water, we used a purifying water filter, pumping water from the streams. Cairns are markers made by the trail crew to show hikers where a trail goes. They're simply made of stones piled atop one another. In some places, the trail would be hard to find without these guides. In Hermit Creek, these huge boulders fell from the higher cliffs into the creek bed, and this one is about 30 feet high, lying on its side. The colors of rock layers form a stone kaleidoscope in places. It's just amazing. In many rock formations, faces and objects can be seen. I see one here with a mouth and a nose, and the eyes are up there. See what you can see. As the creek bed approaches the river, the Vishnu schist comes right down to the water level. And this is some of the oldest exposed rock on the planet's surface, at nearly 2 billion years old since it was formed. And you'll notice that there are these lines of sort of reddish rock that are inside of that black schist. And those are sills and dikes of granite. The sills are the ones that run parallel to the ground, and the dikes are the ones that run perpendicular to the ground. And they're incursions from within the cracks from the schist. They were once magma, and they're later worn smooth by the flow of water down the canyon. Here the Vishnu schist meets the Colorado River at the heart of the canyon. The violent waters of the river carve more severe-looking potholes in the nearby rocks, and shallow divots, as if hand-carved, then sanded with extra fine sandpaper. This is on the surface of a large boulder by the river. The red mud deposits on the banks of the river also form patterns from the water's flow. Across the river at the confluence of Hermit Creek is the Tower of Ra. That's this one here. And it is backed by Osiris Temple, which maybe this one, or it might be actually further to the right from here. This is the way that we needed to take to get back out of the canyon. This gorgeous rock formation shows the higher, more recent sedimentary levels of the canyon. From the bottom of this photo, we've got the Supai group, and then up a little higher, the Hermit Formation. So this is the red comes from iron oxide or rust. And then the lighter colored Coconino sandstone and Torweep Foundation is our formation is right in between there. And then the top layer is the lighter colored Coconino, Kaibab limestone. That dates only as far back as about 250 million years. Some layers formed as the floor of a shallow sea, and others were desert deposits, and there may even have been some that were at one point rainforests with a lot of heavy rainfall. So from Hermit Creek Campground, we hiked up the Hermit Creek Trail to ascend back towards the top, past the junction for the Tonto that continues off that way. And this part here is called the Cathedral Stairs, which are a pretty steep but actually rather short stretch of the ascent. And up here we get close to Breezy Point. See if we can hone in a little bit here and see it more clearly. So the trail runs right along the edge of this. This is actually the red wall. So you can actually see the trail, the white part there, the Hermit Trail. And then it skirts the edge of the red wall here, past Breezy Point. And it comes out in the sun. Just a little further to get to Lookout Point right here. That's where we stopped and had our lunch. As we ascend, the layered and weathered limestones and shales give way to Coconino sandstone at one of the higher levels. And the red wall, topped with the Supai group and Hermit Formation, which form those amazing red towers that you see that really define the Grand Canyon. After many satisfying miles, we arrive at Lookout Point, where we take our lunch. But at about 4,500 feet, we still have over 2,000 feet to ascend. Before this last tough ascent, we take our time to enjoy this panoramic view. As we ascended up towards Hermit's Rest, the views didn't stop, though my pauses for breath and fatigue became increasingly frequent. So up the trail goes, up and up and up. I'm getting really tired carrying all that weight. And it seems like it's never going to stop as we keep following the contours but slowly climbing. Making our way up the trail eventually to Hermit's Rest. Here's quite the steep set of switchbacks. Looks like I gotta back out a little bit. And finally, we make it back to the trailhead at Hermit's Rest. Here are some of the views along the way. With every step up, with sweat making my eyes sting, I was really glad to have Diana's persevering energy before me And also I regretted not paying closer attention to places I could have cut down on the weight on my backpack, like all the lunches that I still had left over, the snack food and stuff. We arrived at Hermit's Rest just as the sun was setting over the canyon. It was a grueling but amazing trek through paradise. I am so grateful for the opportunities that have led me again and again to this incredible power spot and into a deepened understanding of myself in the context of the planet and the heavens. Thank you for coming along on this virtual trip. And then there's a quote from Theodore Roosevelt. The Grand Canyon, keep it for your children's children, and for all who come after you. Thank you.